All right, traders, so watch this video for Tuesday, June 25th. Just showing you the SPY here. It broke out to all-time highs 3 sessions ago. It's come in for a couple days in a row on declining volume. I mean, still, we're pretty much, in the grand scheme of things, sitting at all-time highs. If you weren't in chat today, MLNT. Why was it on watch? Obviously, because recent in-play stock, right? Massive volume. 3 sessions ago before today? A couple red days, very narrow range on Friday, so coming into the day had it on watch, right? And then you can see that. If you're wondering, if you didn't make it to chat today and you're wondering if there was an entry, you'll see it here in a second without me saying anything. Actually, let me go to 2-minute candles. It kind of shows it better. All right, so remembering that daily chart now, and then looking at this, there's the opening 2-minute candle that I'm hovering my mouse over. And it only goes down a dime and then comes right back up. Yesterday's high, 525, right? So not very far away in the grand scheme of things. There's yesterday's high. Yesterday meaning Friday, sorry. So just simply called this through that $5 number with a stop a dime below. And it doesn't get much better than that. Look at that. I mean, just takes out Friday's high and just keeps going and ended up taking out the highs again and closing pretty darn strong. So that one absolutely goes back on watch tomorrow. But a really nice layup trade this morning. OSTK, big volume on Friday, and then kind of a quiet inside day today. This one was really interesting over 12 to me today, and it never got there. Wayne kind of agreed with me, or actually Wayne's idea, I kind of agreed with him. We were both sort of watching this the first 2 minutes, and then switching to 5-minute candles, it kind of sold off pretty hard, and then I got to focus on MLNT instead. But it still only partially retraced Friday's big volume pop, so I think it deserves another day on the watch list. No triggers in it today. MGI, this is only on the list because I've had it on the list like 2 or 3 days in a row and it's given me no signal. So I have to have it on. You know, I can't take it off now, but I'm not in love with it. You could argue that it's come down to the buy zone between the 8 and the 20 after this big volume day, right? And so if it is going to bounce, we'd certainly like it to happen tomorrow or Wednesday. But the way I look at this is there's a lot of volume taking place in this stock lately, especially on the gap up day. And everybody who's long this stock from all of this volume, everybody long is underwater right now. That creates a lot of overhead resistance, which makes me like this one a lot less, right? LK has been a pretty good mover. And now it's back down like 5 days in a row, back down to this 1750, 18 support area. So I do think it's worth having on bounce watch for tomorrow. They call it the Chinese Starbucks. I don't know if that's true. ABUS, big move on Thursday, kind of a quiet day on Friday with a lower high. And then today, another lower high, but a narrow range and closing almost near the highs of the day. So this goes on bounce watch for tomorrow. ABUS, let's see, I just did that one. VUZI, sorry, that's what I meant. VUZI, a very strong stock, and now a pretty good push down here. It does have like this little flag pattern it formed for a few days between 350 and 375-ish. So if it gets down to this area, that's also pretty close to the 20-day. It's a good area to look for a possible intraday turn. So that's what I'm looking for in VUZI. OBLN. You know, I don't love this, but over 10 million shares and you know, a fairly strong close. It topped out at 83 cents. I don't love the under $1 stuff, but I do think this is worth watching for a follow-through day with decent volume and a green close today. So, you know, again, I'm not in love with this one, but VVPR, hats off to Jane for putting this on our radar this morning. If you weren't in chat, I was going over the morning gappers probably 5 minutes before the open, and Jane typed in, hey, I'm adding VVPR to my watch list. And I looked at it, and I agreed with her, and I put it on watch too. Having said that, I never traded this thing, not once today. Had the nice pop, the flag, pop, flag, pop, flag. I mean, it was really, really strong. Right there, you can see the whole number flush, pretty close to the 560, one of the things we teach. I just never got involved in this one today. But, you know, the day is over, and we've got a massive volume spike. A lot of people are going to see this one tonight when they do their scans. You had this other big spike here. It is worth noting, after this big day, what it did. It gapped down big, and they just went into what I call nothingness. So let's see if tomorrow this holds up better than back here, and maybe we get a red to green, and then I'll be all over this one. So we're definitely going to have it on watch. AQB, kind of a recent high flyer, recent in-play stock. Quiet inside day today. Just goes back on watch tomorrow. No triggers in it today. IMUX. Man, this thing had a crazy move today. 5-minute candles there. You can see the volume came in right about here from 12 to 15. Then I think it started playing the halt game and then a pullback. Anyway, pretty strong close in it. So we're going to watch that one tomorrow. XBIO, another sub-dollar stock, but really nice volume for this stock. It's worth noting that that's still only 1 million shares. So there aren't too many people, it feels like, watching this, but maybe a follow-through day, and you could view this high back here of 90 cents as another potential catalyst, and maybe it gets over this and moves to $1. So we'll see. We'll see if it gives us an intraday setup. And then lastly on my list, I've got ATRS, which had a little bit of extra volume today and got up to the top of a range here. So it's had trouble with this 310 area. Actually topped out back here at 312-ish and 311-ish here. We'll see. In the 200 days right above too. So I'm not in love with it, but this extra volume kind of puts it on my radar. Really nice day-to-day. Teamwork was fantastic. Let's do it again tomorrow. All right, see you guys in the morning.